To the dumbass who tried to just give me a strike, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's what I'll say. To the dumbass who's trying to fucking hit my page and give my page strikes, you're a fucking idiot. Because I can appeal every single fucking one of those. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. Is the person I just blocked and banned. They got hurt feelers. Guarantee it. It cut my video at 40 minutes because they hit it for copyright infringement when there wasn't no copyright infringement in the whole fucking video. Get real. Like, really. Really, really. Like, really, really. That's fucking retarded. Fucking idiots out there. Really. Like, really, really, you're a fucking idiot. I'm not even monetized. That's how much of a fucking idiot you are. But enough gratification thrown at a loser that, you know, obviously can't sit there and just enjoy a chat or sit there and just enjoy somebody conversating or just sit there and listen to somebody instead of, you know, have $20 worth of 2 cents. Little faggots. Yeah, I said it. That'll probably get a video taken down too, you know? 143 public watch hours. I have way more than that. Just so you know. They don't even tell me exact because they don't even hold it. 611 views a day. Yet I never make it above 200 some fucking subs. I don't understand that. Whatever. I don't care either. Yeah, they don't deserve to rent space in my head. I already knew that. And all these fake profiles from Russia and shit commenting, will you be my friend? Do I look like I want to be friends with somebody who has 34,000 subs already and 0 videos? 0. So you can go and do the same thing that you're doing on other channels, which I've seen this periodically lately, where these channels, there'll be channels with shit tons of views, right? But then when you do see an upload or you do see a video from them, they're stealing other people's content and editing it into their own. I've seen it, and it's bullshit. It's a new form of, you know, I believe it's a new form of fishing, but that's just me. The green hammer, I'll just let you know a little thing about keeping green hammers. If you look at my thumb, if it stops focusing on my face, green hammer will leave a hole in your skin. Don't touch it. That's my best advice for people out there. Don't touch the green hammer. Green hammer corals will put holes in your skin. They can even decay your skin. A lot of corals are like that. Oh, they hit me for copyright for this stupid singing. Jesus loves little children. You know what? Well, get the fuck out of here. That's all I have to say to that. You obviously came to the wrong stream. This is not the stream you're looking for. Many corals are very, 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 very much so toxic. Including zoas. They have something that is highly toxic to humans, dogs, and cats, which is polythoa toxin. And I need water. This nightstand's about 5 feet and I think 3 inches. I'm about 6 foot. I tower over it. For all those people out there that don't know, this channel right here still supports InfoWars. Yes, I still support InfoWars 100%. And why I still support InfoWars? Because I believe in free speech. I believe that people should be able to say what they want to say, whether it be satire, whether it be something that somebody else doesn't agree with, or the latter. I believe they should have the freedom to say it because this is America after all. And this tank leaks. Just found that out. Because it leaked all the juice. Not the one that I've been smoking on, obviously. My old one. Leaked all the juice out. That's my backup, if people were wondering, the red one. It's my backup. It's not waterproof. This one's waterproof. I could straight up drop this in a fish tank. Maybe not a saltwater tank, but a freshwater tank. And it'll still work. Probably the only reason I have it. And for the idiot earlier, man, I had 2 jobs, not to mention 3 all at the same fucking time. 3. Let's see you hold down 1. Not to mention I'm going to apply at the fish store later today. Hopefully I get it. I'm pretty sure I will because he needs hands. And he needs people that are knowledgeable. And if I'm not knowledgeable, I can look it up just like the next guy. How you been, DPK? And UV Stag, how you been? How the frogs doing? The dark frogs. I think that's what you kept last time. See, I don't forget. I keep it up here in the memory bank. Sometimes it doesn't leave the memory bank. I hear that. I don't have any insurance right now, so I can't even go to a hospital, really. Well, I do, but don't. I have insurance, but it's still from California, and they don't take Obamacare here. Thank you, Obama. And thank you to the idiot who was trying to fucking flag me earlier. You're a fucking tool. He got mad because I wasn't going to say something that he agreed with. Because I don't support BLM flat out. Call me a racist for it. I don't care. I really don't. It's just like my oldest sister deleted me because she thinks the same damn thing. Think what you want, sis. That's what I had to say. Ain't gonna affect me anymore. Just like, I call and call and call. No answer. No call back. Don't give a fuck anymore. Really don't. I've tried. I always tried to extend the olive branch. All right. It ain't about it anymore. And she wants to have a relationship. She doesn't want to have a relationship with me. That ain't my problem. That's my own family. Yeah. My oldest brother, same damn way. You don't want to have a relationship with me because you think I'm a hardcore right-wing conspiracy theorist who is a Nazi skinhead. I don't care. Doesn't bother me one way or another. I have a different point of view than both of you. And, it's like, at the end of the day, we got to worry about us. We got to worry about our personal self. Can't worry about what everybody else thinks about us or the latter. You just can't let people rent space in your head. And you damn well, even if those people just so happen to be a part of your own tribe, aka your own family, you can't let them rent space in your head because all that really does is destroy you. Now, would an intellectual person know the difference between that? Pretty much. My back starts to hurt if I sit here too long. FYI, if you're wondering why I keep walking around. Like, I can sit there for 20 minutes and then I have to get up. And I've already sat there for over an hour. Now, am I prejudiced? Do I prejudge? Probably. Should I? Probably not. But you know what? The way I look at it, people have prejudged me my whole life. That's what prejudice means. It means to prejudge people. And I can't tell you how many times as a kid I got called a Jew. Just let it slide right off my back. Just because I have curly hair. That's all it is. Can't tell you how many times as a kid I was put into that category where people didn't like me just because of me. Can't tell you how many times as a kid, or as a teenager, I should say, that I had altercations with other people because I was defending another person based on their skin tone. Yeah. Howdy.
Are you live?
Yeah, I'm live.
Okay, hi. I just want to let you know.
I never heard that trick before. Aluminum foil, place the folded piece in the freezer, then apply to the area with paint. You will be surprised. I've never heard that one before. You learn something new every day. So I got a bee sting right between the webs of my toes. I won't be walking outside without shoes anymore. But yeah, literally right there. Hurt like a son of a bitch. You know, they say the more you get stung when you're allergic to bees, the more it hurts or the more of a reaction you have. Every single time, I swear, it gets worse and worse and worse. I don't know why. Because you were a moderator, Pro Tem. So I don't know why I can't see your comments. I'll check that later. Because that's one of those things I can't do while live. It'll crash me because I have too many tabs open. But yeah, you know, it's funny. Yesterday, I posted that video. We had a jumper, right? That fish literally jumped out and was breathing on the ground when I found her and picked her up. And I thought she was dead. And then I felt her lungs and felt her pulsate. I was like, oh shit, she's still alive. She must have just jumped. Picked her up, threw her back in the tank, threw her in the little box net where I usually put new arrivals, new fish into the tank. And she's swimming perfectly fine. She wanted out of the net when I was feeding last night, so I let her out back into the tank. And yeah, basically, pretty cool. I saved a fish from dying. That's the first time in a while that I've been able to walk down there in enough time and save the fish from dying. You know, like most of the time when they jump out, I don't see them. And then I start smelling something days later, and then I'm like, ah, shit. I want to do another tank in here. It'd probably be the end of the year if I do. And it's probably more than likely going to be saltwater. But I've been looking at this used Red Sea Reef tank, 40 gallon. It would fit perfect right there. Not to mention, I love Red Sea Reef already. I use most of their products. If you're wondering how I get my tank going so well, that's how. I don't like to use off-brand products made by companies that aren't reputable for saltwater keeping, obviously. And that's one of the most reputable companies out there as we speak, because they make a lot of their own stuff. They make their own tanks. They make their own products. They make their own fish keeping food line. I mean, I could go on and on and on. What's up, Jesse? I know. I messaged him the other night because I had noticed he wasn't my friend on Facebook no more. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I messaged him the other night and was like, where you been? I haven't seen a video from you in almost a year. He's been going through some struggles, guys. So that's why we haven't seen a lot of Carlos. By the way, if you can't figure out why I don't like doing live streams that much anymore, because when I do a live stream, You guys are the only ones that come in, if anybody at all. When I do a live stream, it's usually in the midst of the day or the midst of the night, and nobody comes through. And I feel like, why am I doing a live stream? You know, sometimes like that's basically why I haven't been doing them as much. Everybody knows damn well I used to be a king of the damn live stream. I was a live stream king before Rico, before fucking Brian, before a lot of those dudes. I was streaming every day to Twitch. I was using a multi-streaming platform, which I don't think you can do more than 2 platforms now without paying money. I forget what that's called right now. They use it for Twitch. I think it might be Restream or something like that. But anyway, I used to use that a lot. Now it doesn't work quite as it used to, and it glitches. And basically, it just doesn't shoot through for whatever reason. I can't use it on my phone. That pisses me off, really. That I don't have above 1,000 subs, so I can't use half the shit that all you can use. When originally, you know, that wasn't a stipulation. Now it is. I try to keep in touch with people. I'm sorry if I don't as much as I used to. I have a busy life. I have to take care of a house basically all day long while somebody's at work. Meanwhile, I'm not working because there isn't very many dogs to walk. There's barely enough scooters to make $100 in a day, and you know, it's like I'm waiting until I find a new job title. Obviously, you know, losing Sand Creek Aquatics the other week kind of hit me hard. It made me think. You know, I used to love streaming. I used to love getting up here and just kicking the shit with everybody. And, you know, we used to do videos with that fool. Way before, you know, he was getting big on YouTube. Everybody, even Carlos used to do videos with that fool. I mean, some of these people have introduced me to people that I never thought I'd be introduced to. And lo and behold, Nathan was one of those people. I often forget people's names, so forgive me if I don't remember your name all the time. I'm bad with names, better with faces. I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Hopefully everybody's still here when I get back. If you're not, you're fired. You can't sing that. You can't sing it. You can't sing songs. It's forbidden on YouTube. It's forbidden. You can't sing songs. That makes me wonder if I ever did another video where I did a story time, aka reading, reading a book. If I get hit for a copyright strike too. That's what I wonder. Because I used to like doing that, reading a book and having a story time. Everybody just sat in the chat and listened to me read or whatever. But, some people find that boring. That used to be my favorite thing to do in school was read books aloud, even though I'm highly dyslexic, and I took classes for dyslexia and all that shit. And oh, by the way, just because you're dyslexic doesn't mean you can't understand things. Doesn't mean you can't get things. It just takes you longer to read things, to get through things, to yeah. And I've also been made fun of for that in my life, but I never went overly crazy and tried to hurt the masses by burning down my damn city because somebody hurt my feelers. That's just me. Do I agree with people's right to protest? Yes, I do. In the proper format. Do I agree that maybe some of those people that are protesting think they're doing the same thing that the founding fathers were doing? In some sense, some format. But where they went wrong was when they started burning churches down, when they started burning courthouses down, when they started burning public municipality buildings down. Because you're not mad at the building. You're mad at the people. You're mad at the lack of the change. But again, I digress. I mean, I'm not the most intelligent person in the room. I just like to think I am. I saw Cappy just a couple of days ago. We talked about, I want to say 2 weeks ago. And before that, it was like 3 months ago. And before that, you get the picture. I don't know what's going on with Cappy. Honestly, he'll talk to me. He won't talk to me. He'll talk to me. I don't know. Still good dude. I never got hit back by the Army or the National Guard or the Marines or the Navy. By the way, just thought I'd throw that out there for all those people that are probably wondering. Is what it is. Ellie's out there laying on the deck, soaking up all the sun. I'd like the next person to just put up a fake copyright strike, motherfucker. You wasted your time. Because YouTube takes one look at that and they're like, oh, wow. Yeah, he isn't doing anything wrong. Really? I don't even remember how to look at all that shit. Ugh. Not to mention, I'm not monetized, so waste your time. Yeah, Pro Tim, you were already a mod. It just wasn't showing up because, you know, sometimes the chat lags. You guys want to know all these people that are banned from my account? I'll tell you. And there's with good reason. Mahatma Irvin von Rothschild the 14th. Luis Rodriguez, Lone Wolf Truth Speaker. Max Quasars, JC, Bad News, Andrew Kincaid, Side Plays YouTube, The Great Pastafarian. There's a reason that motherfucker's banned. Anyone who tries to steal your credit card information should be banned from your freaking YouTube, your Facebook, your this or that. And that's what he tried to do. Someone by the name of Sting Ray, Fanatic. I've blocked a lot of people just because they're stupid fucking comments. Greg, which is another great Pastafarian name. And the Unveiling Void, that's also another great Pastafarian sub count or sock account. Mike Chess. I don't know why I ever blocked Steve Smith because he went off on a tangent, I think. The Instant Dislike Crew. Good night, Pro Tim. But yeah, like literally, those are some of the names of people that I've blocked over the years. Can you see why? They're all trolls. They're all people that were trying to get under my skin to the point that they actually succeeded. Not a lot of people can succeed at that. You have to take a lot from me to actually succeed at getting under my skin. I have some thick fucking skin. Like making up lies about me on Facebook, like my homeboy, or my ex-homeboy, I should say, Fez did. Fuck that fool. For all those people out there that don't know, I grew up in the fucking hood. I did. So, yeah. That being said, I need to go grab my tea. I left my vape in the other room. Yeah, but that's pretty much what happens when you create a systematic pandemic. The whole world goes insane. Just my opinion. I was thinking about it out there. The whole world, not just portions of it, the whole world. I wonder if that guy knew that I've been to a third world country and, I've fed and basically washed the feet and done all the missionary style things that it takes to become a missionary in a country that has less than you do here, basically, aka the Dominican. But back to that guy that called me a racist earlier. You don't know shit about me. I've held kids in my lap that weren't even freaking my same skin tone yet, that's just some sad shit to fucking be talking about, you put it based on something that really isn't me, isn't anybody anymore. I mean, like, really, I don't see racism, I see prejudice, or whatever they call it, prejudice, same damn thing. If you're wondering, this is how I steep tea. Use the plate after you've already soaked it for 5 minutes or whatever, and then use the plate to get all the excess water out. Genius. And then you place the plate back on top of the cup and you let it soak in those juices. But hey, I don't know how to do anything for myself, right? No, really, in actuality, the people that act like that and try to offset a conversation by sitting there calling someone the R word, we'll call it, they're really just playing into that whole thing that I talked about earlier, which is identity politics. And they're identifying with something that they already heard and flat out blatantly calling someone something they're not. I could go on about that for a year. I really could. But the point to it, there is no point. Just like when my sister blocked my mom the other day for asking for help for my step grandfather, her father. But yeah, that makes sense, right? I don't want to have to make a video that you killed yourself, Carlos, because that would really fucking suck. I'm letting you know that now. Don't get me wrong. I've had those same thoughts you're probably having. They aren't there. They're not really your thoughts. They're the devil's. Nobody ever asked me why I was addicted to heroin. Nobody ever has. Why I was. Those are the right words. Oh, but you don't want to hear. You never know that I was your hero. No, I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, I can agree with that. I don't take any medications anymore. And I probably should, but, I stopped taking medications the day I was old enough to say, fuck this. Which just so happened to be 18 years old. And I walked out of the psychiatrist's office and told her to go fuck herself. 17 or 18 years old, one of the two, I can't remember. Too many drugs in between there. I didn't get clean till I was 21, like clean off of dope and other things. I mean, I don't see weed as a drug. A lot of people might, but that's just me. I've seen it help more people than it hurt. So, but again, I need to change shirts because it's getting hot in here. Can't wear a long sleeve all day like I thought I could. I'm gonna go check and see if my mom's is still here. See if she did what I asked. I could talk about half the fact that half these people they actually put on ventilators aren't even sick. I could talk about that. Come here. It's telling a dog to come here. She's sitting there barking at nothing. Go. And you don't have your collar on. And of course, she runs away. She thinks she's going somewhere now. She ain't going nowhere. Stop it. Stop it. I could talk about that, the whole, the thing I watched last night, which was a military nurse, and how she stated that half these people that they said tested positive for COVID-19 really didn't even have COVID-19. They had an asymptomatic pneumonia type virus, not COVID-19. And that she thinks that a lot of these ventilators are already infected with this asymptomatic pneumonia type virus. And yet they're still calling it COVID-19, 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 COVID-19. And I don't care if this video gets hit. It's really the point that I'm making a point. You can't have free speech without free speech. My thoughts are my thoughts, not somebody else's. But if a nurse who's been on the front line in New York, which basically is supposed to be the epicenter of all this COVID-19 stuff, has videographed this stuff for the last 3 weeks with a pair of glasses, then that proves to me that the virus is fake. Later, Jesse. But don't take it from me. Do your own research. Do your own collective thought. Okay, make your own thought. And figure it out for yourself, because, I'm not the arbiter of your fate. Nice glass of hot tea on a hot day. Just to prove I was a painter, here's a paint shirt. It's not very dirty one, though. I mean, it's dirty, but it's not very dirty. Yeah, they count all the deaths as COVID-19 related deaths, even if they aren't COVID-19. They were trying to test my grandfather for COVID-19 like 10 times. 10 fucking times. And ignoring the fact that he was on dialysis. So there is my proof that COVID-19 is fake. Because he was set to go for dialysis, and that hospital didn't even know because they're too overwhelmed with this fake-ass COVID-19 bullshit. I'll be right back. I gotta go say bye to Mom. Did you say something? One thing I did learn when I moved out of California is that my mom's and I's relationship was very broken. And we've been repairing that while living here. Yeah, we've had our ups and downs, but at the same time, she's about the only family that I consider close extended family, or whatever you want to fucking call that. Close family. My brother, kind of, we're getting back on that same page, but we're not. That's not my oldest. My oldest, me and him don't even agree. He's too much of a liberal. That's just the facts. That's just me telling the truth. He's too much of a damn Democrat to actually understand that he supports a party that literally formulated slavery. Literally. You know what I don't get? They're tearing down all these statues and shit, right? And then they go and tear down the one and only person who ever fought for their rights statue, which is Abraham Lincoln. I don't get that. That sounds absurd to me, if you were to ask me. And she wants to go back outside and chase squirrels. And I have to use the restroom. What people don't realize is there are people that are going to forget what history actually held. And there are people that are going to remember it to the key. And I'm one of those people that remembers it to the key. And I won't forget what happened 8 years ago, what happened 12 years ago, yada, yada, yada. It's absolutely retarded that people just blatantly base their shit off of stuff that the Democrats already did. They already did that. They've already been doing that last 40, 50 years. But y'all wouldn't know that because you didn't know that the House was majority Democrat for almost 20 years until, 2016. I got a shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay and say there is no virus. I believe there is some sort of virus. I just don't believe it's killing as many people as they say it is. Yeah. Better not have to do another one of those in 5 minutes. That'll piss me off. Oh, by the way, your life is way too valuable to be taken. Oh, that was, yeah. Quickest one I've had in a while. batteries. Oh, wait, I don't have to walk to the other room. Yay! I've been vaping on the same coil for about a week and a half now. Too broke to go out and buy coils. I'm not really too broke. I just don't want to spend the extra money on them right now. I'll buy them again when they're cheap, because that's usually what I like to do. Yeah, that was full of tons of pineapple, because I've been trying to get myself fibered down so my body stops having the bloody stools. You know, that basically tells you that I have some form of an autoimmune disease. But, you know, yeah, whatever. Jesus Christ. It was stuck. I didn't even know that pineapple had 6 grams of protein in it. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere before, but was unaware that, like, if you were in the middle of the rainforest and you couldn't find anything but pineapple, you could literally live off of it. You might get tired of it after a week and start pooping your brains out, but let's talk about the Dominican here for a second, because, you know, I've brought that up a couple times in this conversation. When I was in the Dominican, a guy would come out with a knife, usually about yay big, and he'd chop his pineapples up, yada yada, sell them, chop them up. But, you know, he showed me exactly how to chop it up and get the core out and do it exactly the same each and every time. And this guy is just a little vendor, you know, a little cart vendor, riding his cart around the neighborhood, selling people pineapple, coconuts, mangoes, and something else. I think jicama or something. Anyways, but yeah, he's going around selling all these fruits and vegetables, and yeah, basically he just goes like this, keeps spinning the pineapple, and goes like this, and then when he gets it all done like that, he chops both sides off, and he usually leaves about like that much on top for the stalk. He leaves the stalk off to the side in a basket. You know what they do with all the stalks? Do you? Can anybody answer that? It's kind of cool. They take every single head of the pineapple and they go and replant it in the fields. But basically, what I'm trying to tell you is he showed me how to core the pineapple and take the skin off in one go. But I'm not very good at it. I'm good at coring it, and it's not that bad. It's not that hard. Coring it's actually the easy part. The hard part is taking all the skin off. Yeah, 1 to 2, maybe 3 fruit. Sometimes 7 if you're really lucky, off of one plant. And if you're in the right area, obviously. And the ones that grow bigger ones, they grow more fruit. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Ooh, that air conditioning feels good. Yeah, I had to get out of the long sleeve shirt or I was going to die of heat exhaustion. It went from being very cold yesterday to being super freaking hot today. Yeah, it's only 89. It's going to rain Saturday and Sunday. Maybe on through Monday. Yeah, volcanic soil, like, or you can use calcium bicarbonate, I think is what it could be called. I could be wrong with that. Or crushed coral. Crushed coral works really well to grow pineapple. Every pineapple I've ever grown gets to a certain point, is doing really good, and then dies. I don't understand it. Probably not right climate. Oh well. I still try. I need to go buy one thing today, and I told myself I wasn't going to buy any fish products after I bought food. I need to go buy Red Sea Reef A. I want to buy AB, aka this Reef Energy Plus, which is made by Red Sea, if you didn't know. It's an all-in-one superfood that will have your corals thanking you, delivering better growth, higher resilience, brighter colors, greater ease to use automatic doser, and minimal overskimming. Based on our long-term research, Reef Energy Plus is an enhanced supplement that provides the complete nutrition components needed by soft LPS, SPS, and non-photosynthetic corals like acroporas. There you go. Yeah, I'm not an idiot. I just don't like reading. There you go. But basically, it is one of the best things to feed your tank if you got salt water. So what you're telling me is I need to plant that pineapple next to my strawberries because all that stuff's just compost, clay, and yeah, it might grow really good in there. But what the only difference is I'm gonna have to put it under a cage because these little squirrels will fucking rob me of it. Little bastards, damn sky chickens. I had the same thing going on for my dragon fruit. My dragon fruit just up and died. Kind of makes me sad because it was from somebody who has now passed on. One of my father-like figures in my life who just so happened to be Hispanic. He was more like my mom's father because he took over after my grandfather passed away in 1975, and he died just a year ago, almost 2 years ago. Squirrels are worse than these damn looters and rioters, all right? They'll steal everything and anything. They even stole my damn weed. I'm not kidding. I had a little container outside. It was hidden very well, mind you. And they stole it. And it was my best friend's container. My best friend is dead. Come to find out that that's very bad for squirrels to eat. So are bananas. We'll save that for another time. You think they would have learned with me burying one of the squirrels in the front yard not to fuck with my yard, but I had some rotten bread, some rotten, bread. Squirrels got it, okay? The only reason the squirrels got it is because I wasn't going to just throw something out that I put that much, what in. And, yeah, no. Had CBD, it had at least, yeah. We'll go into that on another day. But yeah, they got fed. They probably got high as fuck too. Little did I know, I didn't know this, but bananas are very, very, very bad for squirrels. Like, they can't eat them. They shouldn't eat them. Causes their insides to turn inside out. It's very bad. Have a good one. Yeah, Ma. It's daytime over here. Middle of the day. I'm not sure if it's the one that did it, though. There's so many damn squirrels in my neighborhood that it's not even funny. Like, culling the population of squirrels isn't as easy as you'd think. Not like fish. I try not to bother them unless they're fucking with my garden. If they're fucking with my garden, it's fair game for me to shoot at their ass with my pellet gun. I mean, what did farmers used to do? They used to kill the freaking rabbit. It was stealing from their garden, they'd kill it. Or they'd catch it and eat it. Catch them, raise them, and eat them. I wouldn't know. I've never had it. Just like I've only ever had venison in jerky and a couple other things. I've had crocodile even in jerky. I've had alligator in jerky. I've had ostrich in jerky. I mean, I've tried it all. This was before I became a vegetarian, obviously, but yeah. I don't really give a fuck about people's feelings. That doesn't make me any less of a man just because I don't eat meat. I mean, I've been this way for almost 14 years. You know who I haven't seen in forever? David's Fish Tanks. Or Reefacution. Or P-Babe. I haven't seen any of those people in forever. I'm going to take Dion off as one of my approved users. And he was a moderator long before that. It's sad when people get, too in their feelers. David Betancourt, yeah, that's who I was talking about. And the other David, there's another David, David's Fish Rooms. I can't remember if that's the same David or a different David. I'm having a hard time with that one today. Oh, I hate feeling like I have to poop all the time. It's not fun. It's almost like Crohn's disease. I don't have any kids, so I'll never be busy with family. You know? Not sure at this point in life if I even want to have kids. Here's a good guy to listen to, like get some collective thought from. His name is Saad Kuza Solomon, and he's actually he's a Iraqi war veteran. He served on the USA side and got his visas, his papers, or his green card here after serving in our military. He's a pretty good guy. He does a lot of political rants, I guess you would say, but he's on point. And he's also an ex-Muslim. So, but yeah, it's just a thought for people out there. I mean, I don't share enough about the people that are in the political or are in the political spectrum that I share, that I lean towards, obviously. I mean, not all politicians are great. I'll say that right now, just so people get untwisted about what it is that I know. Most politicians are shitheads. That's just my opinion. That's an actual factual thought of my own. But, you know, some politicians are actually for the people. Some aren't. And that's what you would actually call lobbyists, the people that aren't for the people. They're just there to line their own freaking pockets and get richer. Jimmy Dore. I'm going to have to look that up. Let's see him hit me with another fake ass fucking community strike or whatever. Because that's what that was. That was a fake fucking strike. Because what was I doing? I wasn't doing anything wrong. I sang a verse of a song. Get the fuck over yourself. It's not like I'm sitting there monetizing off the song. My videos aren't even monetized. I don't even know how to look at the damn dashboard they've changed too much. I can't even look at like the stuff that I used to look at to see how many views I was getting. Or to see the what do they call that? I don't remember what it's called now because they're changing too much about YouTube. Like literally too much. Ain't broke, don't fix it. That's always been my motto. It'll always be my motto. But really, like, I was trying to look at is like where you go and look at the strikes or whatever, and I can't even find it. I don't get that. Because somebody tried to give me a fake strike earlier, and now I can't even go look at it? Really? What the hell is that about? That's why that video ended earlier, by the way, so people know. Because some idiot hit my video with a fake strike because I banned him from my page for calling me a fucking racist. You know, personally, you called me that to my face, I'd probably stomp you. I don't give a fuck on the skin color. I'd stomp you. And then when you got up off the floor, I'd ask you, who's the fucking racist now? By the way, I know mixed multi-martial arts. So I know Muay Thai. I know kickboxing. Pretty much no Krav Maga from the ups and downs. I don't look like it, right? I don't look like I even work out, right? But I ain't no fucking pussy, I can tell you that much. I can scrap your ass any day of the week. I don't even know where to go to look now. They've changed too much. Like, I'm just trying to find the little area, you know, like they used to have before. I guess you don't have that anymore because they took away the whole availability to even view that unless you have 2,000 or 1,000 subs or whatever the hell it is. In the last 70 hours, I've gotten, or last 48 hours, I've gotten 70 views. And it doesn't count unless you're actually watching it on YouTube, is what I've noticed lately. Like, if you watch it from a third-party player, it doesn't count whatsoever. And I'm not ever going to pay for ads, but I was honestly thinking about paying the $3.99 a month for Social Blade, just so, you know, I'm seen. And that's part of the reason why I'm not seen anymore is because I don't pay for Social Blade. I don't pay for subscribers. That's part of it. Just so you guys know, they want you to pay. There's 4 tiers: $3.99, $9.99, $39.99, and $99.99. $99.99 a month. 500 favorite slots for $99 a month per platform. 365-day table, data chart, premium data charts, blah, 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 100 YouTube report card a month, and save 15% on custom reports. You get 1 month free, really? I'd rather not be robbed for something that they used to give away for free. Really? You can't tell? YouTube is a socialist platform. They pander straight to Antifa, and anybody who's conservative gets blocked. Basically, their voice gets held. And Antifa, in my mind, is the same as Black Lives Matter. Hell, my grandfather's tank battalion stormed the beaches of Normandy. They fought the fascists. All right? They fought those fascists. For now, these new age fascists that came out of World War II, by the way, the whole Antifa group was formulated at the end of World War II by a bunch of ex-Nazis. Ex-fascistas. But, people, again, forgot history. One of my good friends that I've known since I was about 10 years old has been missing for going on 2 weeks now. Just flat out poof. There's a missing persons report and all that. His name's just so happens to be Jeremy Cote. He just so happens to be Silky Squad. He just so happens to be the Silky Squad commander. And he is missing. Just thought I'd bring that up. Doubt any of you know who I'm even talking about, but it's the point. He was one of my good friends. I played video games with him till the sun didn't shine no more. And I played video games with him since I was like 7 or 8 years old. And he poofed. And the weird thing is, he not only poofed, he was going up to my brother and his best friend right before he disappeared and grabbed him by the throat. And my brother told him, "You do that shit again, I'm going to knock you the fuck out." And he obviously did it again to somebody else, and they laid him out in a ditch. I that's all I can think of. It's like, but he wasn't in his right mind. He was having psychiatric problems. And to me, I don't know if he's alive or dead. Okay. So there is why I told you your life is more important than taking it, Carlos. That's why. I had a lot of friends do that. They just randomly disappeared. I hope he's still alive. I really do. Because supposedly just a week prior to this, he was held on a psychiatric hold. I don't know if that's factual or truthful, but he was one of my best friends growing up. Literally. And it may have just been because our parents hung out together and my mom was dating his dad's best friend and all that. But, We were friends because of the circumstance, and we played Conker's Bad Fur Day till the sun didn't shine, man. And most people don't even know what Conker's Bad Fur Day is. Okay? That's how old I'm getting. Fucking 30 in a year. Yeah, well, I'm wondering, is he in a mental ward? Is he dead? Is he in a ditch? Is he, because I've been to a mental ward as well. And, they just proved to me that I wasn't that crazy. You got kids walking the halls, banging their head on the fucking wall. That shows to me way more crazy than me. One thing I wish I never did was sign the fucking paperwork that relinquished my Second Amendment rights for 5 years, because now it's being a bitch just to get them back fully. Oh, they told me if I didn't sign the paperwork that they'd tie me down to a fucking table. That's what they told me. I should have told them, try me. That's what I should have told them. But you know me, I was all strung out on heroin, so I was trying to fucking get my mind right, and my mind wasn't right. I think 2 weeks prior to that was the first time I'd ever done dope in my whole life, like meth. And something about it drove me crazy. Really. And I don't share that shit a lot, because why should I? Who's going to learn from my experience? The way I see it, fucking Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, NA, they're all the fucking same. They really don't teach you much but how to be a better drug addict. When I got caught when I was 17, when they made me do a drug rehab class. And all I learned from that class was everybody in there was either a junkie, a drunk, or a drug addict of some kind. And at that time, I was selling enough weed I could supply the whole fucking town. So, it's like, I don't do that anymore, though. Got a real job. So, it's like, grew up just a little bit. Ain't a soul in Lake Havasu City who either says good about my name or says bad about my name. It's either one or the other. They either say good or bad, or they say I stole from them, which 95% isn't true. You and me both. One of my best friends was found on the side of the road, ran over by a semi-truck. That wasn't the first vehicle that hit him. The first vehicle that hit him was the vehicle that threw him from the vehicle. And lo and behold, his sister just gets roofied at BJ's the other night, which is a bar there, local bar there. Pretty sure it's a chain. But yeah, they were roofied the other night, and you know what's funny? That's the same bar. Same exact bar that Chris went missing from and was found in the middle of the fucking highway. Her older brother. I hate having the gift of the gab. Honestly, sometimes it can get you in trouble. Sometimes it can save your ass. Sometimes it can lead to more trouble. I see you lurking over there, Tropic. I'm trying to think if I should go and pick up a heater today. And I'd have to order that Red Sea Reef stuff, the Reef Energy plus AB, which really is something I already technically dose. I just don't dose A. I dose B, which is potassium. Potassium bicarbonate, I think. Something like that. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And the same could be said about my friend Chris. He was straightening his life out. He was going to church. He was getting right with God and, all that other shit. And somebody didn't like that, and they took him out for an old drug debt that he had owed. Really, that's what I believe. Anyway, it's not what his family believes, but that's what I believe. I believe he was taken out over somebody he gypped or robbed in the past, because he was right there with me. And anybody who got robbed, they probably fucking deserved it. Just saying. There's a lot of shady motherfuckers in that town. If they could get you, they would. So that's why I always lived by that one saying, don't get got. My hair's almost long enough. We've been waiting on this. Let's pause for the cause. Shit. Okay. Since this whole COVID scare, I want you to know it's been harder and harder to get Aqua Vitro products for the price that they used to be. And that's what I used to like using on all my saltwater and some on the freshwater. But basically, they raised the price because people were drinking it, thinking that it would protect them from COVID-19. That's the reason why, because people were drinking it. If you'll take a notice, I don't have one set of chemicals up here. They're all downstairs. Ugh. I dosed that tank behind me off of what I've already put into the 50 and the 25. I just usually take water from the 50 because it's not fully established, but it's basically established. And why I say it's not fully established is because it's cycling through with fish and crabs, or fish and crabs. There's probably like 15 crabs in there. I almost said 20, but then I remembered they've eaten a couple of them. Yes, hermit crabs eat each other, if you didn't know that. And oftentimes why they eat each other is because they've already eaten all the food. Other times why they eat each other is because certain colored hermit crabs are actually territorial, and the black and white leg ones do not like the red and white, or red and blue leg ones. That's one thing I have learned, and I have black and white leg ones in there. I don't know the specific names for all of them. Wish I did. It's probably irrelevant because they're a cleaner crew, but there you go. Oh, and the skimmer, I saw this in a lot of the reviews, the Instant Ocean skimmer, which is also made by Marineland. Hagen, if I believe Marineland's made by, I could be wrong. Anyway, if not, they're made by a sister company that's also out of Canada. Fuck it. It's just all information. The point I'm making is the protein skimmer, if it's not skimming a lot, the reason that is because there's not a lot to skim in the water. And I wanted to say that about 90% of the comments, the review comments on Chewy and Amazon and other places, all have the same review comment or similar review comment. But yeah, basically I'm saying if it's skimming like maybe that much, that's because that's how little pee and poop is in your water. But shit, I don't know nothing. I've just been doing this coming on 7 or 8 years now. I hate that I can only go live from my computer because now I need a second computer to go downstairs. Should get a new laptop, delete everything off the old one, and take its copy of Windows 7. Yeah, they prey on each other, just like cichlids. Sometimes cichlids will get hungry and they'll start preying on each other. But when they do that, they don't realize this. If one of those other fish in the tank has parasites or something else or whatever else, that basically they just infected the whole fucking tank by eating that one fish. And how I know that is because I've had it happen. And I just barely got half those fish downstairs in the cichlid tank off quarantine. So they've been on quarantine while everybody else in the world's been on COVID quarantine. I also got a big bottle of Dr. Tim's. 1-in-1, I think it's called. Or one and only. One and only. And boy, the temperature's just rising. It's 91 now. I think Yamaha said not to teach people piano because he plays piano, maybe. Copyright that, motherfucker. I've always sworn by Dr. Tim's. I just had no place to get it cheap for a while, so I stopped using it. That's just how it is. If you can't afford something, you can't afford it. I had to switch to something else that was a little cheaper, but about the same price. So, which is Fritz. Fritz ain't that bad, though. Anyway, just to show you I'm not a tool. It's not just sitting there just to sit there. I do know a little bit. And that was just from my head. That wasn't no song or anything. That was something I've been making up. Now that is a song that I probably could get a copyright strike for. But I added to it, so. Yeah, Fritz is all right. I mean, some of their products do the same thing that, in the way I would compare it to Prime, which just bonds and binds stuff to the water, which isn't really good, I guess you would say. But, you know. Yeah, Prezi Pro is almost like 14, $15 when I try to buy it. And I'm not even talking little, they used to make little tablets for Prezi Pro. And now I can't even find their tablets. I can only find it in liquid form. And it's like $15, like I said, for like this big of a bottle. It's like, really? That big of a bottle can't even treat 250 gallons or more. And I have way more than that, at least. Hold on, let me count. 75, 20. No, I have close to that. 200 gallons. But, it's like, seriously. I could go through that in a week. And that's not misdosing either. That's just because of the volume of water I have. I could go through that in a week. Dosing every other day or dosing three days out of the week like it says, and then doing a water change. I could literally go through that in a week. I change topics so much is because I get bored. And my ADHD keeps me from staying on the same topic so I don't get bored. If that makes any sense. Everybody keeps liking my photo. I guess I should take more photos of the reef, huh? Ugh. I want to get an anemone, but I don't have them or have the money for them right now. Yeah, $10 for the little bottle or more. That's what they've been charging for the little bottle. For the bottle that's actually supposed to, I think, be $5, maybe $4 and some change. And yeah, basically the reason why we saw the uprise in all these meds is because a lot of them were made over in countries where we're no longer accepting tariffs for, and voila, it goes all back to big government if you don't get that. And we're no longer doing free market capitalism with certain countries that tried to break the Geneva Convention Act in certain areas that we could leave nameless, because it's obvious when you say the CVID word, you get hit with like no views. And you know what's funny? All those people that ever told me I couldn't keep Reef in the smaller tank, fuck you. Oh yeah, hurricane season's gonna be a fucking bomber this year. They're gonna try to do some doozies in all areas of hyping up pandemics again. I guarantee it. I call that shit. I'm gonna say it right now. I call it. I called it when they first dropped this whole pandemic, and then you notice it just starts to dissipate once they talked about George Floyd. Basically, it what happened to COVID? We ain't talking about COVID no more. We're just talking about riots, funerals, and riots. That's the truth, though. And I took that from the Hodges twins. So if you want to fucking call me racist on that one, you can suck my dick. I mean, I am Nick the Dick for one reason. I'll tell you right where to shove it. Kind of like Tim Stark. Tim Starks tells everybody in the fucking animal kingdom right where to shove it, right up their ass. Just like Jeff Lowe. Fuck that guy. Fucking con man. I know half the world hasn't really paid attention to Tiger King. But, you know, whatever. I did. But I knew of Joe Exotic before the whole Netflix series. Let's make that straight. But what's funny, as I dive deeper and deeper and deeper into keeping fish, more and more people throughout the exotic animal keeping community are starting to add me on Facebook. It's just like, cool. Didn't ask for it, but cool. I gotta piss again. I'm drinking too much water. That's what it is. And I had tea already, so, you know, tea makes it go right through you. I wanted to finish mowing the lawn today on a video, but I guarantee I go outside and something will happen and it'll crash or do something stupid. I only got like 3/4 of the lawn done yesterday. I also need to get like in between the trees in the backyard, in the back of the yard, which is going to be a bitch because I have to have somebody with me to do it because I don't want to break the mower. And there's a lot of logs out there. I got to piss. Probably had to pee like 20 times within this whole segment of 2 hours. I try to hold it as long as I can, like as long as I can chitter chatter. I try to hold it. Should get a little urinal for doing live stream. That would be legit. I wouldn't even have to leave the seat. You know, I thought about getting a blowhorn and, you know, chanting, being the opposition, being the other side down at the Capitol and all that, you know, and putting it on YouTube. But I realized later on, what does all that accomplish for me? Really? What does that accomplish in my eyes? I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to be at like another Fleckus Talks, but, you know, I don't really want to be in that limelight of constantly having to portray a certain, you know, sense of dignity. It's like, fuck. Those guys get fucking bashed all the time, and they're just sitting out there trying to get different people's point of view and get people to come together on certain fucking things and grasp that not everything that the media tells you is truth. Because a lot of it's bullshit. And I don't watch the news, by the way. The only way I stay informed, No Agenda, and InfoWars, and the conservative circus. So I don't really watch the news. I don't have to, because they watch it for me. Now I'll watch depending on what it is. Depends what it is. Like if there's a certain topic, yeah, I might watch it just to know what's going on a little bit, just to keep up to date. But most of the time you'll catch me watching History Channel, Forged in Fire, all kinds of shit. Alone, that shit's badass. I'd love to do that. Or Naked and Afraid, which is not on History, it's on Discovery. I like that show. I've always liked that show. If you can't tell, I like to go outside barefoot, and that's why I get fucking wasp stingers and bee stingers in my feet all the time, and I'm bitching and moaning and sounding like a nasally little whore. Yeah, is this video meant for kids? Probably not. Not unless you want your kids to grow up to be foul-mouthed little sailors. Oh, wait, they already are because they're being read to by a bunch of fucking drag queens in garb that makes them try to look like women, but they're not women. They're fucking drag queens. We had a word for that back in the day. Cross-dressers. Now that's socially acceptable. I don't know why, but it fucking is. And on that note, I have to piss again. All 165 pounds of me. I don't know. I just felt like saying that. Yeah, I'm really light. I'm not that heavy. I used to be fatter. I'm just drinking out of my camelback bag because I don't want to go out and grab water, and I don't want to have to stand up. This thing holds about almost a gallon, 3/4 of a gallon. Me and this thing have been through some battles. We were painting together. This thing has seen some battles of paint. It has paint all over the You know what I'd really like to get into? Most people don't know this about me. I've always been somewhat of an artist, like draw and all that. Well, I want to do that, but on a bigger scale. I want to do something that I've seen this guy here in town do, and he's a professional artist. He actually has an art gallery and all that. Basically, he paints the side of buildings, okay? But he paints murals all over them. And he does it all over town. And him and another artist I know have done a bunch of these conduit boxes just to make it look pretty, so it's not like so it's not looking like just a hunk of metal in the middle of a sidewalk. Somebody can go up and walk up to it and appreciate the art that's on it, which is actually pretty dope if you ask me. And that's really more along the lines of painting that I wanted to do, not painting fucking houses. Fuck that. And fuck anyone who lays you off after 2 weeks of telling you there's no work. That's all I'm going to say on that. And fuck anyone who holds your checks and stifles money out of each and every one of your fucking checks, and you count your fucking wages. And fuck anyone who says they're going to pay you $11 an hour and they only pay you $10.50. Yeah. Fuck people like that. Okay? I've learned a lot about working. I used to work at fucking Toys R Us for Pete's sake, and they paid me more than fucking $10 an hour. Granted, it was Christmas time, but shit. Gotta get an art easel, brother. That's what I gotta get. I wanted to paint the walls down. I want to ask the landlord if it's okay to paint the walls chalkboard in the basement bedroom so that I can draw on them and erase it or da 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 da. You know, get more creative. And yeah, if not, if she says no, I'll just go and buy a piece of plywood, paint that, sand it, and do it on that. It's real easy. I've seen it done before. And I mean, I don't have to buy much plywood. I just have to get a couple of, what do you call those, pallets, cut them to size, cut them to how big I want them, and start drawing on it. Or start drawing on it after I laid paint on it, chalkboard paint. Yeah, it does suck, but you know, people don't realize you can do a lot of the same art you do with paint on a chalkboard or on a wall or da 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 da. Those walls are so blatantly bland white. I fucking hate white walls. If you don't know this about me, it's one thing I hate. I cannot stand white walls, and I damn well don't like it when people leave the wall or the ceiling white in a room. It looks so fucking tacky. Just paint the whole fucking room. My opinion. It doesn't mesh, is what I'm saying. And people saying that it's called accenting. Well, you know, accent this up your, you know what? You know what I was for 3.5 months? Everybody's bitch boy. That's what it was. Fucking cleaning up floors after people when I didn't even make the mess half the time. Now, granted, I did fucking, what do you call that? Mask out whole houses. And I'm sorry, but if you're going on 500 miles an hour all day long and you're masking out 2-story houses all day long, you're going to get sloppy somewhere in between going at a fast rate. I'm sorry. And that was the biggest problem I had working for the person that I am speaking about, because that was always something he'd bitch about. And I'll just say it once again, he don't know how to run a fucking business. I'm already going to be doing aquaponics in the greenhouse. You know me, I'm already way 10 steps ahead of that, brother. Soon enough, you're going to have to rewrite that whole catch me outside shit, because I'm going to be outside so much that you won't be catching me inside. that was actually kind of put on hold. I am getting closer to being able to hold that goal, though. I mean, I have plenty of peppers. I have plenty of freaking tomatoes. I've got like 50 different tomatoes out there. I think I went overboard planting stuff in the winter, like just so that it would be out there. And it's like sprouting like weeds. Literally, I have tomatoes coming up from last year in places that I didn't even remember I planted them. Go figure, right? I've learned that mixing tons of different chili peppers together and putting them in a water substance keeps bugs away. Lots of different types of bugs. Not spiders, but keeps a lot of bugs away. And a little neem oil. But if you're going to do aquaponics, I don't suggest you put neem oil around your aquaponics ever. It'll kill your fish. Just saying. I am intelligent to the point that I do know what will kill and what won't kill fish. Okay? I've learned it the hard way. What better learning experience than learning from mistakes? Ugh. God, that fucking... I'm tired. I don't get enough sleep anymore. Wake up with maybe 4 to 6 hours of sleep. Ain't enough. I've been jabberjawing for about an hour or two. What I really want to get into making is beer. Because, you know, that's heavy out here, is making alcohol or getting a brewer's license and making your own brewski, aka just brew, aka just beer. But you know, get more creative with it once you get a license and all that. You can sell it to the state and all that. It's nice. But what I've been looking into, more or less, not either one of those, not anything from my salsa thing or that. I've been actually trying to launch my whole fish idea. I want to do a fishery here, not like your ideal fishery where people go in and catch fish. I want to do like more of ponds, and yeah, you build it, they will come, yada yada. But that also could, or you also have to put yourself out there and be investigated by the wildlife. You know what? I can't even think right now. Where's my other page? The Department of Wildlife and Agriculture. There you go. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I have it written right here on the desk. You have to forego your house to being subjected to inspections and yada yada, and bullshit that really is going to take a while to get going. But once it does, I'd love to be keeping some native species to this state, which one just so happens to be something that is still on the endangered species list, so that I could procure their species back into being reintroduced into the river, which is a white sturgeon. But that's just always been a dream of mine. And, ever since I saw one that was almost 18 feet long, I've wanted to keep them. And, you can't. But that's always been my idea. And I know somebody will come along my stream and steal my idea and yada yada, but there's other people that do it in other countries too. In Italy, the Italian sturgeon, which was almost pretty much extinct, is being brought back. So there you go. I like the whole aspect of being able to keep fish to the point where you're actually doing something for the world. You're not just taking away from the world. You're doing something for the world. That's what I want to do. That's my main goal. And I know that sounds like a lot, but it is. And, the salsa thing will probably be thrown in there some point in time along the lines when I've got a whole nonprofit going and all that other good shit too. Just goes to show you I'm not a fucking idiot. I may forget words or things that I'm saying, but I'm not a fucking idiot. I can get shit done just like anybody else. Hell, one day I might even own a zoo. Did you know that even snow leopards used to be native to parts of Canada and parts of the northern states? A lot of people don't know that, but only the states that really have high rocky peaks, high rocky mountains. And now there's very few and far between snow leopards. The only snow leopards I've seen in Idaho are in the zoo. It's kind of crazy to think we as humankind can't help a species progress. Instead, we always somehow regress their DNA, basically force them back into extinction, or what we believe as extinction. Like, look over in Tasmania and Australia, thylacine. I mean, a lot of people don't believe that that's really still around, but I do. I mean, shit, crazy batshit con men like Jeff Lowe think it's still around. So what's the possibility? When you own a zoo, you actually, most of your animals, if not all your animals, have to either come from wild or captive bred sellers or something like that. And basically, if they're not, that's where people get in trouble. And that's basically how Joe Exotic got in trouble, if people didn't know that. And I was just sharing that. I mean, I've kept exotic pets since I was knee-high but a grasshopper. I used to keep scorpions. Those are pretty damn exotic, you ask me. And they used to be more on the exotic list, but now everybody has them. Horny-toed lizards, the ones with all the spines all over their backs. I used to keep those too. A little unknown for people out there. They're actually immune to most poisons. So unless it's a small animal, because small scorpions or small snakes they will prey upon those lizards. But a lot of the time, it's because they're scared or something like that, or agitated or stressed. And the reason I know this is because it's not a cane toad, it's a horny toad lizard. They're like you're almost close to a crested gecko, but like they got spines all over their body. They're like, I guess some people call them bearded dragons now, but I never really liked that name. Anyway, we had those in Arizona. We had chameleons. We had all kinds of weird stuff. We had little fuck. I'm trying to think of the name. They changed color. They were pink spotted geckos, maybe. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a dig in my brain, so don't blame me for being too forgetful. I have short-term memory problems anymore. And what they're doing when they do that is actually secreting bacteria from their face. And when the other creature eats them or tries to eat them, they die as well. I mean, shit, I've kept a lot of different things. The only thing I haven't kept is snakes because mom's afraid of them. She's not here right now. She's at work. 3:30 here. I even used to catch bugs and keep them in jars. I mean, come on now. Big, what are they called? The black beetles. They have like a horn on their nose. Used to catch those like they were hotcakes. They're cool. They just dig in the ground. You can feed fireflies to your fish. As mean as that sounds. But it's true. You can. They love them. I miss the good old days when I'd go fishing with my grandpa. He's gone. He wasn't even really my real grandfather, but he was still there. He was basically the man who raised me. So my dad stepped out when I was about 7, 8 years old. Good dude, though. My grandfather. Yeah, it might have been a dung beetle or something related to it. I haven't gone fishing in years. Years. I have all kinds of fishing rods. I mean, shit, there's a fly pole behind me. A very old one, a vintage antique. But it could still be used if it was repaired. I've got to get my fishing license and an ID here. I thought we got away from earthquakes leaving California. Nope. We live on 4 central fault lines here. I've never done fly fishing in my life, but I have plenty of flies. I mean, my grandfather made them all. I wouldn't want to lose them though. I'd rather go out and buy some just so I didn't lose his, because can't replace them. I think my dad took some of them too, which kind of pisses me off because they weren't his to take. They were my mom's. They were they were my grandfather's, my mom's dad. Oh, I privatized one of my older videos because I got tired of people commenting on it. 14,000 impressions. That means 14,000 times people typed my name into somewhere and they blah, 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 and they never did anything again. I must have scared them away! Sorry if you're wearing headphones. I didn't mean to blow out your ears. Probably should have gave you a little bit of warning. Should I mow the lawn? Should I not mow the lawn? That's the question. Stupid ear. It's ringing. Yep, gotta pee again. So, I can take back anything I once said about the fish store here. I mean, one of them, the one, even though they did lose some of my fish, aka they died in their store, but some of them were emaciated, so you can't really control that. But basically, I can say I can take back anything I said because the guy's kind of been helping me build the coral reef. So some of them aren't as cheap as I'd like them to be, but hey, I spent about 30 plus another 15 plus another 25. You do the math. That's all I've spent on coral. So that's really not that much. Plus I got zoas that are in the back of the refugium that I didn't even... It's either a zoa or it's a anemone. Why can I never say it? Anemone. It might be an anemone. But Bill says it's probably a zoa. And Bill is the fish store owner, if you did not know that. Plus 15. Plus 30. I think that's about $55, right? No, $70. I've spent $70. Okay? I've got an addiction. Fuck. I didn't even know that it was that much. It was the last and remainder of my stimulus. And I went out and worked for a day. One day, picked up $65 worth of scooters. If I could just do that 3 days out of the week, I'd be fine. But, you know, half the time there isn't that many scooters out there. Yeah, a lot of their tanks are expensive. I'll agree on that. I mean, he does have a 90 that's not too bad right now, but I don't want another Aqueon. I'd rather go towards Red Sea Reef or a Fluval, or you get what I'm trying to say, like something that I know name brand is going to do what it says. Or there's a Innovative Marine that's even more expensive. Fuck, what was the last one I looked at? I think it's Aesop's. That was a little cheaper than most the expensive end tanks, the big name tanks. 20 grand for, oh, you got to be out your fucking mind. You got to be out your mind. Yeah, he wants like $3 grand for this 8-foot, 250-gallon tank right now. So if I had $3 grand, you know how fast I'd do that. You don't even know. I want a big ass reef tank so bad that it's something that I can set it and forget it. Okay, I can dose once a week or twice a week or have a dosing pump and not even have to fucking worry about it. And it's like, that's the point I'm getting at. It's lazy reefing. And a lot of the stuff I have right now is not lazy reefing. You have to constantly maintain it, maintenance, regular routine maintenance. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I love spending time with my fish. I love working on the reef tanks. I don't love having to spend buco loads of money just to fucking achieve one goal. I already have an acrylic 125 gallon. I mean, that's going to be turned into the next reef tank once I make a stand. But then I'm going to have to tear down something old because that was the deal that was made with Mom, which is stupid. She says we can't have over 2,000 gallons of water in the house or something like that because it breaks our rental agreement. Technically, having tanks in the house already breaks our rental agreement. Uh-oh. Surprised Ellie didn't try to lick that bowl for the oatmeal. Stomach. I need to eat something. That's what it is. What it is, what it is. Yeah. I've got 3 in storage, I think, or 2 in storage, something like that. I had 9 or 10 tanks before I moved here. And I now only have 8. And I tore down the 10-gallon because I wanted to keep it empty, because in case the off chance that I need a hospital tank for anything in the reef, and I'm going to change out the substrate in the 20 so that I can redo the cichlids, because that substrate's not really meant for cichlids, and I want to be able to take the fry and move them on, aka sell them or get rid of them, or yeah. But really, it's not worth it for me to give them to the store as fry. It's more worth it for me to give them full grown fish. I don't know why. It just is. And the reason I say this is because they only give you $1 a pop for the fry. Fuck that. I mean, I could spend $1 a pop in 5 seconds at that store, buy one piece of coral. And that's why I'm getting more into saltwater keeping, if you haven't figured it out. Because you get more for coral. You go in there and throw somebody a couple frags, they give you a little bit more. Just saying. And they'll give you something else that's worth a little bit more, depending on if you have the right lighting to keep it, yada, 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 yada. I've already figured this out. It's going to cost like $500 just to light the 125-gallon. 4 Kessels. Yeah, 4 Kessels. And the way I want to be able to mount them is going to be complicated, because the way I want to mount them, I want the lid that when they're mounted, they're going to be on the lid. But I don't know how I'm going to rig that in, because it's going to be hard. I'm going to have to do it all by myself, like I've done everything else. I need a table saw. I'm supposed to be getting one for my birthday, but I doubt it'll happen. That's another month out, give or take, month and a half out. Oh yeah, I mean, my one tank, I've only had some of those corals in there a couple weeks now, and one of them in there about a month now. They're already thriving. I mean, I've already got corals propagating in the back, not to mention Aptasia anemones fucking out the wazoo. It's like, I'd like to get rid of the Aptasia, but it's like, leave it there. My peppermint shrimp has something to eat. Whatever. Hmm. come to find out something the other day of the week. Now, just because my sister-in-law is not related doesn't mean I'm not related. I'm related to the same Parker woman that claimed to be Kwana Parker's mother, but through my own grandmother. And come to find out that my sister-in-law doesn't think that her dad's related to Kwana Parker at all. But whatever, you know. I know somewhere down the line I got Pawnee, I got Cherokee, and I got Comanche. So there you go. There lays out the 3 things I know I have in me. But whatever. I'm a blue-eyed white boy. Why would you believe me? Oh, I have 0 dislikes because I blocked the hater. Taking them out like the trash. Or taking them out like I do noobs on Red Dead Redemption 2. I try, man. I try. I wonder if people would get offended if I started doing workout videos every day of the week. Like every morning, workout. Every evening, workout. I mean, shit, I did used to take a kickboxing class that basically taught me all kinds of different workouts. So. Just no longer in California, so can't take campus classes. Here. Whatever. Got to go all California and its identity politics. Oh, you got to identify. I identify as a piece of paper. Yeah, social media will always have critics. You always have that person going, I got my finger on you. I got my finger. I'm pointing it at you. You better listen. I always have that one guy that's always making content just for clickbait. I'm not that guy. Try not to be that guy. I mean, I try to share stuff that I see in my tanks or whatever, you know. Like maybe sometimes I'll be that guy, and I don't mean to be that guy. But hey, shit happens. I was watching a video of Joey DIY the other day, and I was remembering back like when we all used to do videos together. None of those people that are big and big on YouTube now, they don't even really share the videos that we used to do hangouts together and all that other shit. They don't share any of that. They don't care to. I kind of find that as selfish, but that's just me. I mean, like, they forget about the little guys that helped them out. That's why I don't share a lot of people's content anymore. Honestly. A lot of people kind of like rubbed me the wrong way that way. And they share their content, or they share their what do you call that, StreamYard to me. And then they won't even let me fucking cam up on their panel. It's like, the fuck? Why am I even here then? Go fuck yourself. get labeled as a troll, people just throw you in the bus when I ain't even really a troll. But all right. I mean, shit, I do research on everything that I buy before I buy it. But all right. Well, just like I did research on that green hammer, which is a torch, will burn you. It'll decay your flesh. I've got a burn to prove it. I had to put some gel over just to reform my skin. I think Christian was sharing too much on his Facebook, and his Facebook got hacked or something, or banned, or Christian Ureta or whatever his name. I think that's his name. And then, Jeremy's about the only one that I really even still go and watch his streams, or sometimes Lucas Brett's. Nah, them taking away Google Hangouts really kind of killed it. They wanted to make something new, call it groups or something like that. And now you can't even live stream it. It's like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I'm always going to be the same person from day one to A1. Okay? I don't change. I don't try to. I formulate my own opinions. I don't go with the hive. I don't go with the group think. I don't do the whole sheep mentality. I'm not with it. Like, I'll just share an example. I think it's something Spicy's channel. I was invited over there, yada yada. And I went to go cam up and show him, some salsa that I make and yada yada. Tell him that he couldn't do a dollop of that. He couldn't do a whole dollop of my salsa in his mouth. And motherfucker wouldn't even let me cam up. See if I watch your live stream again. It's like real. For real. Now people know why I stopped doing YouTube so much. That was the reason. It's because people started acting fake. Yeah, well, it's not just that, man. It's like I took offense to that. It's like, really? You're going to sit there and send me Instagram message after Instagram message after Instagram message after Instagram message. Here's part of the reason I knew that Sand Creek died. And it's like, other reason was somebody else. I'm drawing a blank on who told me. Fish Room Fever. But, you know, it's like, dude, I don't need to be treated like that. I've been around YouTube long enough. I ain't no fucking troll. And yeah, it offended me. Like, should I go back to somebody's channel that won't let me cam up in the panel? Will only let me chat in the box? Fuck that. Ain't getting no love from Nick the Dick. Even if I did send him a jar of my salsa, he still probably wouldn't eat it. People are like that. People piss me off, dude. I don't even like canning stuff up through people anymore, because half the time when I do, I put all that work into it. I put all that effort into making something for somebody. And then they are like, nah. Oh, I already got some somewhere else. Well, then I guess my dreams are just that, riding a wave. And they're riding away from me. Oh, I understand that, man. I get where you're coming from. I had to shut down my tanks for a while because I couldn't set them all up because there's too many people in this house. And somebody was bitching about it, basically. And it wasn't my mom. But, yeah. They all knew I had fish, and I had to go get them out of the fish store. It's like, I'm not going to sit there and just leave my fish in a fish store for over a year and expect them not to die and them lose my fish. I mean, I'll do a StreamYard. I mean, I ain't got no problem doing a StreamYard. It's just, does anybody show up to it? You saw the extent of how many people I got showing up earlier. 5, maybe 6. Because they don't all want to hear the same old shit. Well, you get tired of me. There's other pages, I guess. I don't know. I got to pee again. Something I want to share. Last 3 Aqueon tanks I've looked at. Well, one of them I own. The 75 gallon. It didn't have the best looking blue. I just want you guys to know that. It looked sloppier than sloppy. It looked like somebody just went. It looked like poop. I could glue a tank better than that, is what I'm saying. And basically, that's why I've been trying to step away from keeping Aqueon tanks, trying to go more towards acrylic, go more towards things that don't look like they have a bad seal. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing over there at that factory? Are you guys sending the fish tanks to the store not built and you're expecting the stores to build them? I think that's what's going on, quite honestly. But that's my opinion once again. Don't get me started calling shade or blah 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 on Aqueon, because I'm not. I have one of their three of their tanks. Sorry, I had to recount there. But some of their glue lately, dude. What the fuck? Don't tell me that. I've had the same Aqueon tank for almost like 7 years. My 20 gallon. I just knocked on wood, by the way. I'm sure there's somebody else streaming right now, because everybody that was viewing, poof, 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 poof. Yeah, I think Jesse's live is what it is. See, all these people going live when I'm trying to be live. That ain't fair. I don't care. I'm going to end this soon enough anyway. He got Fry. I got Fry out the wazoo. Wazoo. People know that if they'd actually watch one of my videos. When does my tank not have Fry? My cichlid tank, that is. I don't keep puffers anymore. It kind of depresses me because they kept dying. They weren't coming in from good stock, I think. And yeah, they'd last like a month and a half, 2 months, and then they'd die. And it's not like I was doing anything differently other than the food they were getting. They weren't getting black worms anymore. They're getting bloodworms. I was looking for the video streams. I just didn't want to, because my computer automatically plays videos, and I don't like copyright strikes, because I don't even know where to look at them anymore. Yeah, bloodworms always give all fish issues. That's why I stopped feeding them in general. I don't even buy bloodworms anymore. I feed mysis, brine, spirulina brine, and seaweed. They seem to like it all. And in the 20 gallon, there's only a pleco right now. One pleco. I think it's a Hillstream pleco or something like that. Where is it? I found his link. I already knew where his link was because obviously I have him subbed. He still lets me cam up with him in other video chats. He ain't like that. Some people are, dude, and I just don't understand that or get it. Oh, they don't want my mouth. They don't want me freely talking. They don't want me using cuss words or whatever have you. I get it. But, you know, YouTube wasn't always for kids. And I don't really think kids should be on it, but that's my opinion. Because there's all kinds of fucking weirdos in this world. And that's my reason why I don't think kids should be on it. Yeah, they changed how you get the link. They changed everything about YouTube. I wouldn't get a copyright strike because he has a Creative Commons attributions license. Reuse is allowed. So as long as I asked him, I could show that. But, you know, that's just me. Yeah, I mean, just like I said earlier, you got fucking people that are dressing like girls that are actually grown men. In some cases, they're actually pedophiles reading to children. I find that wrong. But, you know, that's how the world is now. Damn it, I'm dropping shit. I'd order fish from people, but, you know, the last time I ordered fish from someone, they all died. Because they, A, didn't use any air, or they, B, didn't use heat pack. That's why I don't buy it online anymore. I got tired of, you know, stuff getting here and it was already dead. And then they tell me, oh, we're not giving you a refund, blah, 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 blah. Well, then I'm going to tell everybody what a scammy company they are. That happened through Live Aquaria at least twice already. And Worldwide Corals once. Never again. I'll go to somebody else. Took out my freaking... I guarantee that's what took out Remo. Was all the corals that I got from Worldwide Corals, and they came in dead. And so did all the invertebrates, the snails and shit that they sent me. They all died. So, I mean, one off, you didn't pop my damn heat pack that I paid for. Two off, you didn't pop the fucking heat pack. because everything in my tank was fine. I did water drip. I did everything how you're supposed to. And it all died. Ruined my Christmas of 2018. Keep getting a zit right under my nose. I do have a pond that I do need to plug in because I'm starting it probably later today. Anywho, man, I'm going to take off here. It's nice chit-chatting with you, even though you're in the side. Don't forget that with the faith of a mustard seed, you can move any mountain. Don't let molehills become mountains or obstacles in your way. Have a very blessed day.